Brought to you by Allstate, proud sponsor of college football and the 75th Allstate Sugar Bowl. Are you in good hands? Chase Freedom, introducing rewards points you can use like cash. Visit chase.com/freedom. And Bud Light, the difference is drinkability.
Sellout crowd over 80,000 here at Camp Randall before the kickoff. Let's check in with Holly Rowe. Holly.
Well, Penn State will be without their head coach, Joe Paterno, on the sideline. He injured his leg in the preseason on an onside kick, but he told us last night, you know, I asked my players, are you injured or are you hurt? He said, I'm just hurt. He'll coach from the coach's box, where he said he's actually more effective. He said, I'm on headset to all 8 coaches, and I like having that kind of input. His team said they will miss him on the sideline, his fiery attitude and his competitiveness. He said, I can't sprint yet, but hey, at least I'm still faster than Blackledge.
And he really likes it up there for one reason. He gets better communication with all of his coaches. There's Tom Bradley, who the defensive head, who will be the de facto head coach on the field. And during our broadcast tonight, we'll tell you about Joe Paterno's connection to the legendary Vince Lombardi. Also, you think you know all about Camp Randall? And we'll find out when you play Did You Know? And Taste of the Town returns to Madtown. And Todd got a little fishy for taking in a Wisconsin tradition. And wait till you see the second item on the menu. It is a beautiful night in Madison. 74 degrees and clear in the middle of October.
Tell you what, if you wanted to recruit these last 2 weekends we've been here in Madison, picture perfect to bring recruits on this campus. Beautiful stadium, the lake, beautiful weather.
Better hurry.
Yeah.
Penn State won the toss. They have deferred. David Gilreath is their primary return man. He's number 85, averaging 27.1 per return. Gilreath, 2 yards deep, will bring it up. And can't get by the 15-yard line. Just cut down by Nathan Stupar. Allen Everidge is the Wisconsin quarterback, completing a little more than 56% of his passes. His touchdown to interception ratio is not very good, and the interceptions have really hurt this team. They have come at the wrong time, especially at the end of last week's game against Ohio State.
He was challenged, like a lot of players this week, to improve his consistency. He did a lot of great things last week in the game against Ohio State, but needs to play with more consistency.
P.J. Hill is the tailback. He'll get the carry, bounces it outside. Nice hard run by P.J. Hill, taken down by the corner, Tony Davis. You can check out the rest of Wisconsin's and Penn State's lineup at the top of your screen. Hill, number 39. We expect to see a lot of number 32, the redshirt freshman John Clay, who was impressive last week coming off the bench.
And we saw last week Josh Oglesby, the left tackle who came in for the injured Gabe Karimi. He's getting his first start tonight, number 67, a big redshirt freshman out of Milwaukee.
Fullback offset to the right this time. Hill will get the carry again. Drags a tackler with him. He's still a yard shy of the first down, and it was Bonnie Bajou, backup outside linebacker, who was in on the tackle. Bajou getting a start in his first series.
This Penn State defense coming into tonight, leading the Big Ten in total defense and in rush defense, but I don't think they've been challenged by a group like this team from Wisconsin, a team that will really line up with a big offensive line and try to run the football right at them. They're not an overly big defense, very fast, but this will be a new challenge for Penn State tonight.
3rd and a yard. A nice early test, and Penn State passes with flying colors. Navarro Bowman cut through untouched and unloaded on the ball carrier, and for Wisconsin it's 3 and out as Hill got creamed.
Well, there's Bowman. He came inside of Travis Beckham. He kind of gave Beckham a little shake move. Watch 18, the leading tackler for Penn State, into the backfield, and that's the way to stop these big backs. Stop them before they get their momentum behind the line of scrimmage.
Now Beckham, in all fairness, is more of a pass receiver, but you have to have a better block than that. Williams is deep. Tremendous kick return. from the 31, has to fall on it.
He tried to fall on it and still almost fumbled. He dropped the kick and did the smart thing of trying to fall on it and still almost lost it.
-2 on the return after a good punt of 46 yards. This is the junior Darrell Clark, who spent 2 years behind the now departed Anthony Morelli, completing nearly 2/3 of his passes, 9 touchdown throws, and 1 interception this year. He is 11th in the country in passing efficiency. I think they have been pleasantly surprised with his play.
Well, he's thrown the ball tremendously well, and he has a presence about him that the whole team is feeding off of.
Royster is his tailback. Clark to throw on first down, and he throws over the middle to Brett Brackett, the converted quarterback, for 20. Now, Brackett is not a guy you expect to catch the ball, especially with Derek Williams, Jordan Norwood, and Deion Butler, the 2, 3, and 4 wide receivers in Penn State history.
Well, and that's why this offense is so hard to defend. They've got a lot of weapons, and Darrell Clark is making great decisions so far to start this season of where to go with the football. Find the open man, find the good matchup.
Wisconsin shows a 4-man front. Royster back in tight, and he gets the carry. Picks his way through and just tripped up as he reaches the Wisconsin 46-yard line.
You know, Clark has played extremely well, but I think this offense, it all starts up front. Their offensive line, led by their senior center, A.Q. Shipley, is playing very well right now. And it's a veteran group, an experienced group, only one new starter in there. That's the right guard, Stefan Wisniewski. But everybody else has played a lot of football, and it starts with those guys up front. That's helped them to do a lot of things.
And if these names are familiar, a lot of second and third generation players on this Penn State team. Clark right down the middle. Williamson couldn't hold it at the 5. He was open, and Clark was on target. Langford, half a step behind, may have done enough to shake it loose.
Well, they had what they wanted. No middle safety. Langford's a good corner, but he has no help to the middle, and he got beat to the inside, and a perfect throw by Darrell Clark. And Williams just not able to come down with it. 2 times he's had his hands on the football, one on a punt and one on a pass, not able to come up with it.
Well, what a throw. And he recognized he had an open center field and led Williams more toward the center of the field, and a perfect throw.
Penn State converting 53% on 3rd down, the best by far in the Big Ten.
Fumbled snap from center. Clark will get it back, but that will bring up a 4th and long. So the dropped pass turns out to be a huge play.
And I really thought, coming into this game, the only thing that would stop Penn State in this game tonight would be themselves if they don't take care of the football. I think Wisconsin's got a solid defense. I think Penn State is so well balanced, and Darrell Clark making such good decisions that if they don't turn the football over, they'll be very difficult to stop tonight.
Jeremy Boone to punt. Gilreath is deep, waiting at his own 10-yard line. A lot of pressure, just got it out of there, and a great kick. Reaches the end zone on the fly, 49 yards, and nearly killed it inside the 10. Timeout, early first quarter, no score for Madison.
This telecast is available in high definition. Brought to you by Pioneer's new Kuro.
Here, HD on ESPN. Take a look at the Big Ten standings. You got Michigan State, Ohio State, both undefeated at 3-0. Penn State 2-0, and then the one-loss teams. And Ohio State and Penn State a couple of weeks down the road will be interesting. No team has ever won the Big Ten with 3 conference losses, and that's what Coach Bielema is looking at if they can't win tonight. There's the redshirt freshman, John Clay. We saw last week he really hits that hole, and this kid is a load to tackle.
Another big back, 237 pounds, out of Racine, Washington Park High School, redshirted last year. I mean, he's a guy that the Wisconsin fans have been waiting to see more of. And last week he had 10 carries for 69 yards and really is a nice compliment to P.J. Hill.
They want to get him some more touches on 1st and 2nd down. They're a little unsure about 3rd because of his pass blocking. And that's the one thing you don't want to do to a quarterback. Nice hole off the right side across the 30, the 35, bumped out of bounds. And that's what Hill gives you, some speed in that body. A gain of 11. He doesn't waste any time getting there, does he?
No, he doesn't. And again, this is a big physical offensive line. Running to the right side. Nice block by Eric Vanden Heuvel, the right tackle. And then you see the stiff arm. I mean, these backs, both John Clay and P.J. Hill, and also Zach Brown, the other tailback, all physical guys, difficult to tackle.
One of the questions Penn State wants to answer tonight, how deep is that front wall on defense? Clay again dives forward for about 3. Penn State has had one problem after another with their defensive tackles and defensive ends this year.
Well, they have, and they're going to be tested tonight. I really think that the keys to the game tonight when Wisconsin has the ball is going to be the Badgers have to stay ahead of the chains. They've got to be good on 1st and 2nd down because 3rd and 7+ Penn State has been terrific. And Penn State's defense, they have got to be strong in their front 7 against the run. That will be a challenge for 4 quarters tonight.
Movement up front. It was the tight end Travis Beckham who was offset on the wing.
Ball starts. Offense, number 85. 5 yards. The down remains 2nd.
Well, Gilreath moved as well, and he'll get the penalty.
Now, I want to explain, because you hear coaches say stay ahead of the chains, and that penalty puts them behind the chains. Now they're 2nd and long. What I mean by that is if you're 3rd down and 6 yards or less, then your running game is always a viable threat as well as the pass. 3rd and 7+, and you get into more pure passing situations, that gives the advantage to the defense.
This is the 7th play from scrimmage. They have all been runs as Hill gets it on the delay. Trying to establish something early against that Nittany Lion defense.
Now here's a 3rd down and 8 situation for Wisconsin. And coming into the game tonight, Penn State in 3rd down and 7+. This is staggering. They lead the nation. They've only allowed 5% conversions, successful conversions on 3rd and 7+.
Jeez.
I mean, that's a staggering statistic.
Pressure from behind. Edwards doesn't see it, and they got it. From the blind side, Aaron Maben, his 8th sack, if that technically was a sack, or did he get back past the line of scrimmage? It is a sack, and he came into this game leading the nation. That's his 8th on the year, and he is playing ahead of Maurice Evans, who led the Big Ten in sacks last year and was 8th in the country.
And Maurice Evans having a hard time getting back on the field. Maben, a speed rusher. They tried to roll away from him. He was still able to chase down Everett.
Nortman is on to kick.
Oh, my goodness. He almost missed the ball.
Yeah, he did. This is in the area that punters do not like at all. 15 yards. He has just destroyed his entire average and put his team in a real hole. Only kicked it to the Penn State 48-yard line. And no reason for it. He just missed it. Penn State, I don't think, needs the help.
No, you want to make them earn and execute all the way down the field. You don't want to give them a short field.
Royster is the running back. And he'll get the carry up the middle, picking his way, breaking tackles. Royster picks up 8 to the Wisconsin 44-yard line. Brackett threw a good block. He was the motion man in the backfield.
Well, when Penn State has the football, the key for them is they've got to take care of the ball. If they don't turn it over, they are going to put a lot of pressure on this Wisconsin defense. For the Badgers, they have to tackle well in space. I mean, they're pretty good tackling when everything's around the line of scrimmage. Where they'll be tested tonight with these wide receivers and the multiple formations is tackling out in space.
That was Williams who was set up in the backfield. He goes in motion. Clark looks that way. Williams on a bubble screen. He's got enough for a first down to the 41 where Langford made the tackle. This offense, 7th in the nation in scoring, They are 8th in the nation rushing the football, and at almost 500 yards a game, they are 9th in the nation in total offense. Now, they have not faced what you would call a true test yet,
well,
but this will be
right
it.
Now. Yeah, they're going there in the next several weeks. I mean, they're here tonight. They've got Michigan at home next week and Ohio State the week after that. We'll find out a lot more.
Clark, short set, throws too high, intended for Butler. And Butler took a shot from Langford. Really impressed with Langford a week ago, along with Belay. Two guys in that secondary who will just load up and drop a receiver given the opportunity. And you don't expect it from Belay at 5'9", but he hits harder than anybody back there.
Well, and we had a chance to visit with him yesterday, and he came in with a sleeveless T-shirt, and he had some big shoulders. For a
Yes,
little guy,
did.
he had big shoulders. 7 tackles, a sack, and 2 forced fumbles against the Buckeyes last week.
Handoff goes to Butler. This offensive line is absolutely enormous. It is always big up here in Wisconsin. Karimi, the left tackle, was hurt, so Oglesby is in there. He's 6'7", 328. Yeah. Kemp is the little guy at 6'6", 315. Moffitt, 323. Urbick, 332. And Vanden Heuvel is 324. And even if the run game doesn't work early, it's like a fight. You take so many hits, and it shows up in the fourth quarter. That ball is loose. And they just swarmed all over Everidge, led by Ogbu. It was a jailbreak.
Yeah, Everidge had no chance on this one. 3rd down and 4. You're expecting a quick pass, but, I mean, Ogbu was there in a hurry, and so was Maurice Evans, number 48. I mean, there was nowhere to go for the quarterback.
They just blew by John Moffitt, the center. And now Nortman is back to punt again, trying to redeem himself after the 15-yarder. Not much of a kick, but certainly better. And Williams makes the fair catch. Welcome back to ESPN College Football Prime Time, presented by Hampton Hotels. Penn State on top 3-0. We get ready to start the second quarter. A period dominated by the Nittany Lions this year. They've outscored their opponents by 90 points in the second quarter. Royster.
This guy, I think, is a very underrated back. I mean, coming into the game tonight, he's averaging almost 110 yards per game. And a lot of those early games, he didn't play after the 3rd quarter, but he's just a steady guy. I mean, he's not particularly flashy. Excellent vision, excellent balance. Out of Fairfax, Virginia, he was actually a very highly recruited lacrosse player as well. Very talented all-around athlete.
Right down the road from me in lacrosse, is very big there. But you have to think it's a bigger deal to be the starting tailback at Penn State. Clark had a little half roll, wide open, throws to Norwood. And Norwood inside the 20. They just have so many weapons on offense. Gain of 20. Here's Reese.
Mike, on the family of networks right now, don't forget Jimmy Johnson had the pole and also had the points lead going into the Sprint Cup race at Charlotte. That's on ABC tonight. And Missouri had its first 3 and out of the season on offense, and Oklahoma State has a 7-3 lead and just picked up another first down on the move. That game is on ESPN2.
All right, Reese. Boy, it's the Big 12 loaded. Yeah. One premier quarterback after another. Penn State marching. They've reached the Wisconsin 17. Clark 1st and 10. Plenty of time. Throws short. Will only pick up about 3 to Williams. And he's wrapped up in a hurry by Niles Brinkley, the left corner.
And Darrell Clark looks like he's settled down a little bit. After those early possessions where he wasn't throwing the ball just on his natural rhythm and with the same accuracy that he's shown, they had to settle for that field goal. I saw him on the sideline kind of slam down on the water cooler over there, but he's calmed down since then. He looks much better throwing the football, and just really impressed with this young man. Out of Youngstown Ursuline High School, had to go to Kiski Prep out of high school to qualify academically, but has really paid his dues and has earned his time here.
Royster. Nobody seems to get a real clean shot at him, and the first guy never seems to bring him down.
Yeah, he's kind of shifty. I mean, He's got good body control to fit into small spaces. And you're right, nobody gets too clean of a shot on him.
He said in the offseason he wanted to lose 5-6 pounds, maybe get a little more speed. I think he could see Stephon Green over his shoulder, a guy with an awful lot of speed.
Keep an eye on Andrew Corliss, the tight end right here, number 10. They didn't think he was going to play tonight from an ankle injury.
3rd and 5, Clark. It's an option read, and he's inside the 5, 1st and goal, Nittany Lions.
Well, this is a design quarterback run. It's a tackle wrap. Gerald Cadogan, number 76, is going to come through and lead up in here for Darrell Clark. He's going to fake it to the back, but this is a quarterback run all the way. Sits right in behind Cadogan. A.Q. Shipley, the center, downfield blocking. And again, that's that extra dimension. You know about the wideouts. We've talked about Royster. We've seen Darrell Clark throw. Now we see him run a design quarterback run.
As you can see, they've been terrific in the red zone. Clark trying to get outside. He'll lose a couple. Casillas, the weak side linebacker, had such a good game a week ago. Sniffed that one out and was right there.
They were ready for that one. When we talked to Dave Doran yesterday, the defensive coordinator, he said they have not had a lot of design quarterback runs from Clark, except when they get in the red zone. They like to run him a lot more in the red zone. That time, Wisconsin was ready for the quarterback sweep.
So now 2nd and goal. They'll spot it all the way back to the 6. And Doran would like to see some help from the offense. His defense has been playing on their side of the field this entire game. Royster is the setback. And Royster will get the ball to the 2. It'll be 3rd and goal from there. Last week, Royster tied his career high, had 141 yards. And even though he's the star tailback and Clark is the starting quarterback, neither one of these guys has a lot of game experience coming into this year.
Well, Penn State substituted their heavy package. Wisconsin substituted similarly on defense. Power football here at the goal line.
2 fullbacks, Waller and Suey, are in there. Pitch, touchdown, easy run for Royster. They set it up beautifully.
Well, it was a designed option, and Darrell Clark got popped. I mean, he really got hit.
DeAndre Levy, the strong side linebacker, had a beat on him and got him.
Normally, you tell a quarterback when you expect to get hit down there and kind of give with the hit. Get the pitch out of there and give with the hit. But that time, Levy caught him pretty clean.
Don't get your cleats planted too deep. The point after is good, and the Nittany Lions take advantage of great field position this time, and they go up 10-0 over the homestanding Badgers of Wisconsin as Royster walked in untouched. Wisconsin's offense has done virtually nothing. Edwards back to throw, good protection, and nearly picked off. Great coverage by Davis as he closed on Kyle Jefferson. That ball took a while to get there. Let's go to Holly.
Well, after Penn State quarterback Darrell Clark took that big blow, he came over to the sideline and his reaction was interesting. He was actually laughing. He came and sat on the coolers over here. All his teammates were coming up congratulating him. He was like pretty proud of himself, but he did tell his teammates he was okay. After he got up off of the cooler, he's walking away, kind of grabbing his back like an old man. It might be good mentally, but physically, it was a blow.
If he was laughing, Holly's got a great sense of humor. Edwards short set this time, tipped up in the air, almost intercepted by a Penn State lineman lying on his back as Maben got a hand up there and knocked it away.
You know, Penn State is just swarming the line of scrimmage. I mean, that first down play, Everidge had some protection, but watch this pocket just collapse. Maben is right in there. He's just reading the quarterback, and that's a play where P.J. Hill has to kind of cut him down. He's got to go for Maben's legs and get his hands down.
Wisconsin, 16 plays, only 36 yards gained in the first half. Now it's 3rd and long. Edwards with time, throws way too high. intended for Maurice Moore, and there's a flag down. And the Boo Birds are out at Camp Randall. Everidge took a lot of heat after last week's ball game when he threw that ball back across the middle.
Number 74. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
In a game where he had played so well and then made the big mistake at the end.
And look at the field position Penn State is going to have again. I mean, their defense has been very impressive in this first half. More so than I expected to see.
They could really use a big punt out of Norton. Does not kick well, and another short, low kick.
Look out. See ya.
Williams, foot race. Good night.
You called it a low kick. That gave Williams plenty of time to get into that return and set up his blocks. And the last block he got was from Nathan Stupar, number 34. The low kick off the foot of Nortman. Look, he got a full head of steam before the red shirts were even down there. And then the wall, and here's the last block by Stupar, number 34, on the punter Nortman. And for Derek Williams, another kick return for a touchdown. 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns this year. Now that's his 5th in his career.
And that is a school record. That one went for 63 yards. We have a player down for Penn State, and it's Brent Carter, a tailback who's in on special teams. When that ball is punted low like that, not only does it give the return man a free 5 or 10 yards, it gives him a head of steam, and any kind of seam that he can find after that, he's got a chance to break it, especially this kid.
And the great returners, they just need to make the first guy miss. If they can make one guy miss with that full head of steam, then it's very difficult.
One game earlier this year, he scored a touchdown on a run, scored a touchdown on the pass, and scored a touchdown on a kickoff return. The first time in Joe Paterno's brilliant career that has ever happened, that one guy scored 3 different ways. At least those 3 different ways. And this crowd is stunned. They have seen their team lose 2 heartbreakers in a row. So far, this is not a heartbreaker. This is just a whipping.